Willie D Live.
What's up, family? The United States of America is offering a massive reward for anybody with information on 10 of Iran's top leaders. Yeah, they're also offering to relocate you. I mean, you're going to have to get on up out of there when you snitch. I don't think they're going to get anybody to snitch. Well, they could, because there's always a turncoat, but it's going to be very difficult because those people over there, they really practice death before dishonor. If an Iranian tells their life is over, they can never assume the same identity that they had. They could never continue with that identity. If they ever found out, their whole family could be wiped out. They don't play about that type of stuff over there. Now, over here is something different. But, America really didn't have to be in that position at all because Zelensky, Ukraine's president, warned Trump that, hey, man, look, it could come to your shores. You got this ocean between us, but, that ain't stopping it from coming to your shores one day. And Trump got mad as hell. Him and JD Vance, boy, they got so mad they ambushed Zelensky. Had that boy like a deer in headlights. Check it out.
Broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and it happens to be right.
Question, family. Question. Are we feeling the influence of the war? Yeah, ain't no bombs dropping over here, no missiles dropping over here. But Americans are getting bombed at the pump, bombed at the grocery store, bombed at the bank, bombed when it comes to education, when it comes to what's going on, with trying to pay mortgages and rent. Cost of living, bombed. That is a direct result of the uncertainty that's going on globally because of that war. America was already on a bad trajectory for the cost of living. It was already bad. And so you got inflation happening, you got a recession going on, and you got people losing their jobs all at the same time. You tell me if America is feeling the influence of the war now. Before I play this video again, just remember this. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position. You don't have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
What do you-
III.
what do you
You're
think about?
gambling with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have
today.
you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of
you
America
speaking about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this.
I...
You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said thank
stupid
you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of
except
times
that
thank
there,
you
except
to
that,
American people.
except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media.
It's almost as if Trump heard JD Vance talking, and he was like, "Yeah, this sounds pretty strong. I got to jump in there. I got to look like I'm more in control because, you know, the way this is adding up. It's gonna look like JD Vance told him off and checked him real hard. I got to jump in here and get me some licks in."
We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on
I
over
understand,
there.
sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low on
know.
soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't, please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
But this
That
is
was
your,
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins.
Okay, he gave javelins to Ukraine to help defeat Russia. But he and Russia is talking, and they're still having meetings. And do you see what I'm saying, fam? Like, all of these guys, they turn on each other. They're fighting, but they're still talking to each other. And I said it before, all of America's enemies were once its friends, right? Every single enemy America's ever had was once its friends. All of these guys benefit from war. They're benefiting from war. Well, let me put it like this. The bigger countries do. The bigger countries, that's why they start the wars. Because, you know, war is profitable. The smaller countries, they're at the mercy of the bigger companies when they get attacked. So it's not so profitable for them, but it is extremely profitable for the larger nations who go in and invade and destroy. Now, it is profitable for some people in those smaller countries because you got your sellouts. And as long as they can get a piece of the pie, they'll work with the enemy. So in the name of rebuilding, and they'll be the face of rebuilding, but on the cool, they're betraying the people and stabbing them in the back and taking advantage of the resources.
You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry, here.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden.
Dropped on your head right now. That sounds like something Godfrey would say when he was imitating Trump.
Respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that.
Zelensky really want to swing on Trump. Boy, he's saying to himself, man, if you ain't have that juice, man, I'll whoop your mother. You know what I'm saying? You tell. Look at that look he have on his face. Like, he's, wow, God, whoop you and JD Vance, man.
That stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia, the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam, and he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But
every accusation is a confession. The pot calling the kettle black. I don't think you would be a tough guy, Donnie, if not for the United States. No more talk.